Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bangor High School. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, LLC. We're here today for regional volleyball action. It's the Brookwood Falcons and the Cashton Eagles here in game number one, or maybe best to say match number one, in a best of five scenario. You win three and you move on to face the number one seed in Bangor. The Cardinals coming in with the top seed, Cashton number 2 and Brookwood number 3. We had a chance to take a couple moments out and talk to head coach Dawn Waddell about today's matchup in this opening round and how her season has been going. Let's take a moment and listen in and see what Coach Waddell had to say about her young squad today.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bangor. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, LLC, as we get set for regional volleyball action here in the spring. Well, we have an opportunity here talking with head coach Dawn Waddell for the Brookwood Falcons. Dawn, thanks so much for taking the time out here prior to today's opening round match.
Sure, thank you for having me.
So we take a look here today. Only 3 teams in the regional. That's a little bit odd considering some of the other teams or other regionals have 4 or 5 teams in it. But your assessment maybe as you take a look at this 3-team race.
Well, we're third seed, so we have to go after, Cashton first here. I think that my team is young, but we've proven that we can compete with all of the teams in the conference at some point or another. Just Thursday, we took WIAA to game 28-26. So I know that they have it in them. We are just going to have to take 1 point at a time and see what we can do.
You make a very good statement in such a young team. You have so many freshmen and sophomores out there. They seem to be a little bit of the ringleaders in one way. You don't have that many upperclassmen. It's got to be kind of heartwarming to know you got some really nice kids coming back as well in just a few short months when the fall regular season gets going.
Right, and it is great to have these young girls with a great work ethic, and they've really improved over the season and are very willing to take direction, and I really feel that we have a strong future ahead of us.
You, in talking previously here, you mentioned that this is your second year. What do you see the difference between that first year and second year with the Falcons?
Well, my first year I had a strong group of seniors that really were very committed and led the way. They were clear leaders on the court, and it was, a nice season in that respect. Losing those seniors was hard, and then we also lost our libero from last year due to injury. So, we've been working on building leadership in other girls and building skill in all of our players, and, I've been requiring high level of play out of girls at a very early age, and they are really trying to step up and meet that. So I'm very proud of the girls. We've had lots of improvement over the season. Win-loss record, of course, hasn't looked that great, but I feel like we are building a good base for future teams.
And you mentioned this earlier, taking WIAA Center 28-26 in one of those games. And I've had the opportunity to do a couple of the home matches for the school and stuff. And from game 1 that I first saw you to the second game, which was about 2.5, 3 weeks later, I thought, my goodness, these young ladies, they're really smacking the ball. And you got to like that feeling that they're attacking at things. And I've seen that improvement too.
Yeah, and we are really playing with a rotation and having we're making sure that we have the right players in the right positions, and that's taken a little bit of challenge to try to get to those correct positions, but I think we have them, and everybody's kind of taken on their role as they need to, and and we're going to just see what happens.
Well, Dawn, we want to wish you the best of luck today as you take on the Cashton Eagles, a tough squad. You've had to meet them twice, and what's your assessment of that team?
Well, they're a very strong hitting team, and we're going to have some answer to that. Our blocks are going to have to be up. Our back row is going to have to be fast. And, we also need to make that team scramble a little bit, because that's when we are going to be doing our best, is when we get the other team off their game a little bit. So that's our goal, is to be competitive and push that team, and not just hand them points, which we sometimes do as well. But, we're really trying to make them earn their points and then to earn our own points. And I think that if we can find an answer to some of their hitting, I think we're going to hold our own just fine.
Dawn, thank you so much for taking the time out here. I know you want to get back with your squad, and we just want to wish you the best of luck today and good luck in the future as well.
Thank you very much. Let's play volleyball.
Head coach Dawn Waddell for the Brookwood Falcons, and we will take a quick break and come back with more here from Bangor.
Well, a nice little interview there with head coach Dawn Waddell of the Brookwood Falcons. We'll take a couple of moments out, and when we come back, let's have an interview here with the team from Eagle territory. That's the Cashton Eagles and head coach Luke Lukaszewski. We'll be back with that interview right after this.
Here to Bangor High School, Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, LLC. With me now, head coach Luke Lukaszewski for the Cashton Eagles. And Luke, thanks for taking a quick time out here. I know you have just a few moments here before the opening serve, or the warm-ups, I guess I should say, then the opening serve. Let's take a quick look at this past week here. You had a couple of really tough matches.
Yeah, and honestly, that's the way that you kind of want to end your season, is with some great quality teams that are going to challenge you. Royal on Tuesday, Bangor on Thursday. So I feel that really kind of prepared us for what we're going to see this weekend as well. So
when you take a look at that, Royal, going to be the conference champions and stuff. They really put together a nice squad, put together a super year when you think about it. And Bangor, they were knocking on the door, you guys. But boy, what a match on Thursday night with Bangor. That was a ton of fun.
That was. There's something special about that matchup in general, and it was nice to see our girls, not to mention the crowd, just really rally behind the team. The girls brought a ton of energy, and we took care of business. We played extremely well. We passed well, and my cliche to the girls is always, if we pass well, we hit well. So, and that worked out for us.
What impressed me, Luke, was that there was so many times it looked like a ball, the point was going to be scored against you, and somehow the girls, whether it was Brigham or Kirking or whoever it was, Kramer in there and Hemmersbach, I could just keep naming them, but man, they just kept scrambling and doing a good job.
Yeah, and I think since we've seen that from other teams, Waniwak is a very scrappy team that gets their hand on just about everything. Same thing with Royal. Bangor does the same thing. So, I think a lot of that is credit to those teams that we played to show us a little bit of, okay, if you throw yourself at the ball, good things can happen. So yeah, they're learning, they're putting things together at the end of the season, which, that ultimately is the goal for us, because this is when it really counts.
Yeah.
So.
And well said on that one. And so the question is, how do you maintain that kind of intensity when you've got like 2 to 3 weeks left?
Right. I don't know if I have a good answer for that. We talked about Bangor yesterday a little bit, and I said, I just told the girls, this is now the new expectation for every time we get out on the court. So they understand that they can do it. It's any given day. Previous interview, we talked about, New Lisbon and, not looking past them, and, they pushed us to 4 games. So it's a matter of, how good we can focus in on the goal. The goal for today is to win this first game against Brookwood, and then we'll reestablish, the new goal when we get there. We're not even talking about Bangor until we take care of business with the first match.
Well, and that was a question that I had in the back of my mind. How do you make sure that the kids do not look past Brookwood? Brookwood's kind of, they're a young team, but they're up and coming. They've got some good little players. They just haven't been able to kind of make some of those breaks that they would like to make.
Right. And we discussed again yesterday that, records don't matter at this point. It's if a team gets up and puts things together against you, they have a great chance of winning. So we have to be prepared for everybody's best at this point, because tournament play is just there's something magical about it, that everybody gets up, everybody's ready, and there's always surprises. And my hope is that we don't experience a surprise tonight. We just take care of business.
There you go. Yeah, that's very true. Well, Luke, I know that you have some business to take care of with the squad prior to the warm-ups and stuff. I want to say thanks for such a great year. I appreciate your time coming in, being able to talk some Cashton volleyball.
Absolutely, my pleasure. I'm sure we'll see you in a few months, though. So, start of fall season.
Yeah, that's around the corner too, isn't it?
It is. So, I appreciate everything this year. It's been a lot of fun. First-year coach, you never know what to expect, and these interviews are kind of fun, so I appreciate it.
Well, great. Well, I appreciate the time. Well, we'll let Coach Luke Lukaszewski take off here. We'll be back with some warm-ups and then the opening serve in just a few moments. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Welcome back as we get ourselves ready for today's varsity matchup. Regional action. Getting the starters announced here. For Brookwood, you're going to have Kylie Powell. Going to have Vanessa Anderson, Maria Gonzalez, Jacera Taylor, the libero, Maggie Mullenkamp, and Cora Brandel. Swing over here to the Cashton side, Adeline Hyatt, Braylee Hyatt, Faith Hemmersbach, Carolyn Kirking, Faith Butzler in there, and Natalie Kramer. There are your starters for today's action. And we wish both these teams the best of luck here today as they get ready to rock and roll here in match number 1 here of 2 this afternoon. 1 and 4 o'clock. The starting time slated here. Let's take a quick break and we'll return with the opening serve. To go, and it's going to be the Eagles with the opening serve. And here we go. This match underway. They'll set the ball back up here to lead. That was Danica Lee. I failed to mention her as one of the starters. I missed that one. Well, there's a nice hit by Cashton. They'll catch that near corner here, picking up the point, and it's 1-0. Yes, a very young team here for Brookwood when you stop and look at them. My goodness, only a couple of seniors on that team. There's a serve back to Taylor, one of the 2 seniors. There's a hit from the back row by Vanessa Anderson. That one goes into the bottom half of the net. 2 serving 0. Hemmersbach continuing. Again to Taylor. Ball moving forward. Look out there as that ball was over the net, and Hyatt was up in the air ready to put that one down. Well, that's one of the things that you really have to watch out for is when you return the ball, if it gets close to the net. And if either one of those Hyatt girls are up there, they're going to be looking to smack it right back to the floor. Here's a nice little shove by number 8 there in Mullenkamp. And now coming up strong again, the Eagles off to a good start here against the Brookwood Falcons. Mullenkamp in the front row, along with number 23 here in Kristen Berg. Long and Lee. Here's the serve to the back row. Taylor pumps the ball forward. They'll set it up again for Mullenkamp. That ball is hit into the bottom part of the net. Mullenkamp, a sophomore. Lee, a sophomore. And Berg, a junior, in the front row. Anderson in the back row, a freshman. Taylor, a senior. She bumps the ball forward. Number 5 in Powell, another freshman. Mullenkamp kicks the ball back over here to the Eagles. They'll back set here to Kirking. She goes to the back row. Saved there by Anderson and the Falcons. Back it comes here. Cashton again on the attack down that far sideline. Like we've seen so many times before, Natalie Kramer gets the point. Putting the line drive on that far sideline. Here comes Kramer. Good job on the save by Berg. Lee kicks it to the back row. Good solid hit there. Powell on the bump. They'll pass the ball forward. Mullenkamp, let's make that Berg, with the hit. Now the play at the net. Oh, Lee tried to go up, but just a little too strong was Hyatt. Here's the serve, that to the back row. Powell trying to get to that. It kicks back off behind her even further, and it's going to be a point here. Still on a good roll. It's 8-0. Jumping out ahead here, the Eagles against this young Cashton, or the young Brookwood squad. Cashton, a very experienced squad. There's Lee with the tip back over. Back set here for Braylee Hyatt. Able to save it. That was Anderson. Back to the front of the row. Here it goes. And it's going to be a miss hit. Down on the floor it drops. And here comes your timeout. 9-0 the score here, as blitzing out in front here is going to be the Cashton Eagles. Brookwood with their first timeout. And that'll bring up Hemmersbach continuing to serve. Gets that one over here to Anderson on the bump. Powell. Mullenkamp with the free hit to the back row. That's where Butzler was able to keep the ball in play. And now Kirking comes through with a nice hit into the middle of the court. Kirking with a nice set. Getting the job done, and it's 10-0. We go to 25. All the way to the back row. That's where Anderson was at. This is going to be an illegal hit. 2 hits, they call it. 11-0 the score. The serve to Taylor. She bumps the ball forward. Powell with a nice set to Lee and a smash to the back row here, and that was picked up nicely by Cashton. Back on the attack again. There's Lee. Far side. Butzler was able to save that. Now a hard hit trying to go up for the block between Lee and Mullenkamp, and the ball fell on the they were able to get their hands on it, just couldn't control it. That might have been Berg in there. Here's the serve at 12-0. Setting the ball up. Here's Lee. A little miss hit. Oh, what reaction there by Adeline Hyatt. She hit it with the right hand, and then as falling backwards because of the block, she was able to hit it again, and she made it work with her left. You're not going to see that very often. That's an athletic move in itself. There's a block. Out of bounds it goes. Well, I tell you what, Danica Lee got up in the air with a nice attempt on that block. She got her hands on it, just couldn't control it back to the inside. It kicked off to the right, out of bounds. It's 13-0. Back row to Anderson. Back to Anderson off from Mullenkamp's touch. They'll reset here. That's going to be out. Hyatt just missed the sideline. Oh, now they're going to say somebody was in the net. Somebody for the Falcons in the net here. And it's going to be 14-0. I've seen something like this one other time where in Westby, this was years ago, the Norsemen put together a string of about, I don't know, I want to say it was 14, 15 points. Right now, it's at 15. 15-0. Substitution coming in. Gonzalez, the senior, will come in for Mullenkamp. Gonzalez and Taylor, the two seniors. Taylor, the libero, now on the bench as she'll rotate back in soon. That ball hit out of bounds. Powell had the right idea, trying to push the ball to the back row. Just missed by about a foot. 16-0. Cruising along right now, the Eagles. That ball to the back with Anderson. Powell sets it up from the backside. That was Mullenkamp or Berg? That was Berg with the hit. Now Gonzalez sets it up. Anderson pushes the ball on a free hit to the back row. Here comes Kirking again. This time Powell is there. Back to Powell from Gonzalez, the free hit. Hyatt to Hyatt. Now Kramer with the shot. Dug out of there. That was Brando. Little miss hit by Berg. 4 hits regardless. And just like that, it's 17-0 here, and the second and final timeout in game number 1 for head coach Don Waddell. 17-0 your score right now, and still continuing to serve here is Faith Hemmersbach. She starts the game off serving and has not relinquished the serve yet. Here's the ball set up. There's one chance for the Falcons. There's a play at the net this time. Oh, it's going to be again somebody number 2 or 23, they said. All right, 23 in Berg into the net. So they had one chance, the Falcons did. The ball went out of bounds, but somebody was in the net, so they wound up keeping the ball. The Eagles did. A little miscommunication there. Brando trying to pass the ball forward, and nobody made the effort to go after it. That's a tough break. 19-0. Line drive hit, and that's 4 hits right there. A line drive shot on the serve to Anderson. She hit it straight back into the net, but it took 4 hits. And it's now 20 serving 0. There's Anderson, nice pass. Gonzalez, little tip play. Falcons trying to get that point. Eagles with the free touch back over here to the Falcons. There's Taylor back into the ballgame, the libero. Here comes Kirking, tip play at the net, and it's going to drop down. Going up for the block, that might have been Berg. Lee was there with the Kirking hit, but again, couldn't get enough of the hand on it to knock it down. Back row smash by Anderson. Here's Hyatt. That was Braley. Block at the net. There's Lee. Danica gets the point. How about that? And it's 1 serving 21. Coming back into the ballgame is Mullenkamp for Gonzalez. Here's the serve by Berg. Setting the ball up here to Hyatt. She'll come cross court, and that was Lee into the net. Danica went up, got her hand caught underneath the net, and just followed right on up the netting. Into the ball game now comes number 5 in Mackenzie Peters. Back row on the serve. That was Kirking. Oh, what a save. Nice job there by Brookwood getting that serve. We're going to get an illegal hit on that setup. 2-hit violation. Lee drops back for the Falcons to serve. 2 serving 22. Well, you just can kind of coast along here and just have any unforced errors or forced errors. There's a nice block. That was Anderson. She got up in the air. Got both hands on that potential spike to get the stop. There's a tip play. That was Brando. And putting the ball down. And she was over the net, though. That was Hyatt. Just double checking with the referee. Umpire down below had the same call. The ball did not break the plane of the net. Hyatt was, but that's how high she can jump. She can get up and put that down. There's a tip at the net. That was Brando with the potential block. Back it comes. People were moving backwards. Powell just moved the ball up into the air. Nobody went to try and get that extra little set for the Falcons. .23 serving 4 for Ella Brigham. Line drive serve. Down here it goes. They'll reset. Anderson with a good hit. Off balance and still had a good shot. Here's a block at the net. That was Brando. Anderson dove for it. Couldn't come up with it. An excellent try there by Anderson. Brando with the potential block as well. Here's game point. On the return, they'll set the ball up. Had to hesitate on that one. Anderson. Back row smash down to Powell. Here's Taylor moving the ball forward. Brando, one arm hit with the save. Here comes Hyatt. Whoa, that was Berg, and that's it. What a shot there, and Kristen Berg hung in there trying to get the return. But as it is, it's a 25-4 win for Cashton here in game number 1. We'll take a quick break, take a look at those sponsors, and come right back. Game number 2 around the corner. The Falcons of Brookwood will begin game number 2 with the serve. Maria Gonzalez with the honors. Here's the serve. That one is deep. Good job on reaction, but not able to save it. Eagles had that ball just kind of kicking all over the place, and it's a 1-0 lead early on in game 2. Well, Faith Hemmersbach came up with 20 straight points on her initial serve. Let's see what happens with Gonzalez. There's number 2. Hyatt hitting that one into the net. That serve is in the net itself. Gonzalez will stake the Falcons out to a 2-1 lead. Carpenter comes out. Peters comes in. Alyssa was in that back row, and then as they rotate, Peters comes in. There's a hard shot just out of bounds by Brando. Cora got up in the air, the sophomore. Tried to drill that one over. Here's a line drive serve, trying to get an ace, and she does. Carolyn Kirking really put a little heat on that one. That shot, just doesn't get over. Kirking hoping for a little top spin, but it failed to do that. Here's the line drive on the serve, coming right back. Big block. That was Brando timing that one real well. And that one by Alexis Posh, the sophomore, just couldn't get that one to go over the net either. And now Ella Brigham will come in at 4, serving 3. Brookwood, considered the home team here today. They go by the alphabet. Five serving 3. Brookwood not able to field that serve from Brigham. There the ball is tipped up into the air. Gonzalez on the free touch, back over. Cashton sets up for Hyatt. Nice play by Berg. Coming right back is Brando with the shot. Back row, they're going to call it 2-hit, an illegal hit here by Peters as she was trying to pop the ball into the air. Actually, I take that back. I think it was Ella Brigham that they called it on. Randall getting set, ready to go. Here's a serve into the net. It'll be 6 serving 4. Well, a little tighter ball game than game number 1, which Cashton walked away with at 25-4. Take a look and see who came into the ball game. Kramer comes out. That might have been, I think that's Byer. It was. Taylor Byer into the game now. They'll set the ball up to her. And a hard shot ricochets off from a couple of the Falcons. Anderson making a diving try for it. And it goes off into the wall. 7 serving 4. Took a little bit off that one, and Berg coming up quickly, just couldn't get there in time. Hyatt, instead of throwing smoke, using a baseball term, she did a changeup. And it paid off that time. Kirking on the pass. Brigham sets the ball up. There is Byer with the hit. And we're going to get a 2-hit attempt here on the setup by Berg. Brando comes out and Taylor comes in. Here's the shot over to Taylor. Gonzalez sets it up. And a big block right back. Now somebody in the net. It was going to be Lee. Just a touch too close. Hyatt out in front, 10-4 for the Eagles. That one into the net. Looked like she wanted to do that change-up serve again. That time it just kind of went splat off from her hand. Not that crisp release that we've seen. Here comes Kylie Powell at 5, serving 10. Time to start cutting into that lead if you're a Falcon fan, of course. That ball is released over to the far side, and Mullenkamp had a chance for a smash. She just couldn't get there. Wound up going into the center of the netting. Peters will do the same thing on her serve, putting that one, the placement into the net. Peters is going to come out. Carpenter comes back in. She'll go to the back row. Here's Berg on the serve. That was Hyatt. They'll set the ball up. Back row hit by Adeline Hyatt will score the point. That one kind of ricocheted off from Lee a little bit. Kramer back in for Brigham. 12 serving 6. Doubling up here. Got to get the ball over. Powell does that for the Falcons. Here comes Kramer, back row, and it's just out. Tried to hit that back line and just out of bounds. Here's Danica Lee with the serve. That's going to be an ace. Coming over here on the near side, and Carpenter diving for that one. It was so close on the line. She had to get after that one. Lee again. High serve. That one coming down to Hyatt. Moves it to Hyatt and Kramer. And again, off the hands of Mullenkamp. Diving for the ball that time was Powell. Back in comes Hemmersbach. Beyer comes out. Well, it's going to be hard-pressed to repeat what Hemmersbach did in game number 1, serving 20 straight times. Anderson, she wanted to just tip the ball over. She had the right idea. She saw Hyatt ready to jump, and she's got plenty of spring in her legs. There's the serve. Yeah, Anderson just tried to tip it over, and that one went into the net. They'll reset the ball. Back set here. Good hard shot by Kirking. Trying to answer back. And Anderson is able to get the point here for Brookwood. She moved right down to the, from the near side to the far side, right down the almost parallel with the netting. Adeline Hyatt got a hand on it but couldn't control it. 9 serving 14. That ball sails out of bounds. Tough break, and now Kirking will look to try and do some more damage. Now a quick substitution. Carpenter comes out and Peters comes in. That serve, boy, that had a spin to it. That was like a curveball by Kirking. Look out there. Brando is able to do the job. That ball got a little too close to the net, and Brando put that one down with some authority. There's a nice serve. A good save by Hemmersbach. Free hit back over to the Falcons. Gonzalez blocked there by Hyatt, and 4 hits on Brookwood. Cashton with a 16-10 lead as Brigham comes back in to serve. Kramer comes out. Here's the serve to the far side. That's Anderson bumping the ball forward. Gonzalez looked like she might have got turned the wrong way. Not able to get to it. 17-10, line drive just over the net. Back row setup. And that's going to be... I don't know that they saw it. They're going to call it out. And yeah, rightfully so, it does go to Cashton. So it's 18-10. That ball winds up heading towards the stands. Posh trying to get to it. Got a hand on it, and it just kept going closer and closer. Here's the serve to the back row. Anderson with a nice pass, setting the ball up. Smash here by Berg. They'll get the free hit coming back to the Brookwood Falcons. And now Berg hits it into the net. 20 serving 10. Serve coming up here. Anderson moving the ball forward. Posh with the hit down that far sideline. Hemmersbach with a nice save. Coming back hard is Braylee Hyatt, but she hit it just a little too solid, and it flew out of bounds by about 1.5 feet. Here comes Taylor back in. Brandel steps out for the moment. Brigham sets the ball up. Hyatt with a shot. Nice dig in there by Anderson. Lee with the hit off the top of the net, and it kicks back at her. Oh, I tell you, that was a good try by the Falcons. They used their 3 hits the way you want. It just didn't materialize for them. Here is a good shot to the back row. Far sideline. Kirking is there. And now a potential block into the net. Maybe the hit. Lee was there just in case. A substitution coming back in is going to be Mullenkamp and Powell. Mullenkamp comes in for Gonzalez. And Powell comes in for Posh. Kylie drops back to serve for the Falcons at 12 serving 21. Ball comes over here to Peters. Back to Peters on the free hit. That was Brigham with the pass. Here comes Lee. High shot to the back row where Hyatt able to pick that one up. Look out for Braylee Hyatt. Good dig by Anderson. Berg, cross-court hit. Brigham with a save. Free shot by Byer. That's going to be an illegal hit by Powell. You can see the spin on the ball. Just a strange spin, and not able to get the point. That was an easy call for the official. 22 serving 12. Here's the ball hit to the back row. That was Taylor. Now Mullenkamp, far sideline, way too much. Well, that was a hit that Mullenkamp would like to have back, but Maggie had just too much on that one. 8 Wheaties this morning. Well, timeout on the floor here by the Falcons is 23-12. We'll take that break ourselves. Well, here we are with a 23-12 lead by the Cashton Eagles. They picked up a big win, 25-4, in that opening game. Thanks in part to a 20-point serving barrage by Faith Hemmersbach. Here we are with the play. It's going to be Byer. Nope, not this time around, as it's hit into the net. Lee was there just in case. And a substitution, Carpenter coming back in for Peters. On the deep hit to Hyatt, setting the ball up, cross court. Wow, Braylee Hyatt with a good shot. Brigham comes out, Kramer back in. Here's the serve by Braylee Hyatt. And into the net goes Powell, and that's going to be it. tough break there. She was trying to walk the tightrope, but it winds up 25-13. Cashton picking up the win here in game number 2 as Powell wound up into the net. Well, we'll take a quick break, come back with more action here from Bangor as it's match number 1, Cashton and Brookwood. Cashton with a 2-0 lead. Game number 3, as in game number 1, the Eagles to serve, and it's Faith Hammersbach. Gets the whistle, and game number 3 underway down this near sideline. And right off the bat, Adeline Hyatt comes up with a stop. The serve down this near sideline, where Berg was able to move the ball forward to her right, but on the potential hit over the net, Hyatt said, "No, not this time." There's going to be a good smash. Anderson with a hard hit. And it's 1-1. On the serve, back row, that's Hansberry. Answering back with a shot herself is Adeline Hyatt. Now back in is Peters. Hansberry comes out. The shot to the back for Taylor. Back row setup. Big time hit by Anderson. Vanessa Anderson from that back row. They set that play up for her, and she capitalizes. Kirking, give her a ton of credit. She stood in there and actually got her hands on that ball trying to make the pass. Here's a serve by Brando. Setting the ball up. Peters. Back to Brando. Gonzalez. Now Berg. Cross-court hit to Peters. Coming right back. Peters, a little tip play. Nice job by Lee on the block. And then she had the sense to hit it back over. But then the setup, oh, man. Just like that, Hyatt comes up with a big swat for the point. Here's the serve to the back row. That's Anderson. So set it back up for her. This time, the hit goes out of bounds. Just a little too much muscle in that one. The serve coming up there by Brigham. Back to the Eagles, setting the ball up. Hyatt, nope. Illegal set here by Brigham. Ella really confused on that one. Braley Hyatt asked the question. They get the explanation, and now the serve by the freshman in Powell goes into the net. Here comes Beyer back in. She comes back in, and Hemmersbach will take a chair for a moment. Big serve there by Hyatt right down this near sideline. Free hit coming, not able to get it over the net. Well, they got their 3 hits. They just couldn't control the ball to get it over the netting. Falcons now trailing. Eagles up 6-3. Hyatt line drive. That one kicked off the arm of Anderson. Taylor was trying to come in as well. That's the tough one right there. Here's the change-up serve. Taylor gets to it. Lee hit to the back row. That's where Hyatt with the serve. And that's going to be Braley Hyatt with the foot fault underneath the net. There's a black line, the midline, and she was well over that with her left foot. Here comes the serve. That is Taylor. Oh, good reaction there for the Falcons, keeping the ball alive. Now looking to come up with the block, Anderson, and Lee went up for the block. Couldn't get the ball pushed over. It winds up on the Brookwood side, and it's 8 serving 4. Here's the serve to Taylor. Anderson, she didn't get on top of that one. The ball sailed on her. 9-4 now. Peters with the serve. Little jump serve. That comes down to Anderson. Nice pass. Here's Lee, tipped at the net. Back to Lee. She gets over to the Eagles. A reset here to Kirking. Ball blocked. Trying to get it over. Danica Lee with a couple of real good tries there. The ball was not going to be cooperative, I guess. There's a setup. Block at the net, and still can play it. They did. Good job by Beyer keeping the play alive. Anderson, into the net. Well, the experience there kind of showed. Not giving up on the ball for the Eagles, and they're rewarded with the point. 11 serving 4 when we come back. Well, here we are with the serve coming up as the Falcons break their huddle. The timeout was with head coach Dawn Waddell trying to regroup her young squad as they trail 11-4. Peters with the serve. It's a high serve to the back row, just out of bounds. Taylor stepped away from that one. Hansberry returns to the back row. Peters comes out. Here's the serve. They'll set the ball up to the back row. Hansberry with the hit to Lee on a good pass. Here is Brando. No. Little miss hit on that swing. Lee comes out. Now she's back in. Oh, they were saying that there must have been an illegal hit that I didn't see. So the play is going to stay. The point actually goes to Brookwood. Here's the serve by Lee. Back row hit. And now they'll get the point. That hard shot went off from Powell. Lee out, Taylor in. Kramer in. And Brigham out for the Eagles. Here's a serve by Braley Hyatt. Good setup. Look out, that one on the net. Still can't get it over. 3 tries, make it 4. And Taylor Byer on that 4th hit, you can see her body language was like, what is going on with that ball? It does not want to get over the net. Well, into the ball game now, it's freshman Kimber Kaiser, number 40. Gonzalez to serve, the senior. Nice snap on that serve. Here is Taylor Byer. Back it comes. Kirking sets the ball up. Back row hit. That was Hyatt. That one played off the net. Tip play by Brando. They'll come back, the Eagles. Hard shot. That one got away from Kramer. That was like a home run swing. 8 serving 12. Gonzalez with the serve to Hansberry. Hyatt. Kramer tip play at the net. Gonzalez with the save. Taylor got to get it over. Brando with a shot. Good job by Kirking on the save. That was not easy. Here's Anderson with the heel of her hand. They'll reset. Kramer punches the ball out of bounds. And a timeout coming here by Cashton. Cashton's first timeout of the day. They lead 12-9. It's 9-12. Gonzalez serving for the Falcons when we return. Well, 1 timeout apiece now for the teams. Gonzalez with the serve. Hyatt to Hyatt. Kramer tipped at the net. Great save in there. That was Berg, I believe. And now, I think that was Kirking with the hit. I was trying to pick up who hit the ball for Brookwood. And the next thing I know, the return was in the back row, bouncing on the floor from the Eagles. Little tip at the free pass, you might say. Look out there. Blocked at the net. Brando and Kaiser was there. Hemmersbach back in to serve at 14-9. Free hit, back row. Now Kramer goes down the middle. Nice save in there by Taylor, but the return on that hit, a little bit low, goes under the net. And it's 15-5. Well, nice effort there. I mean, a really nice effort by Jacera Taylor. That one comes right at her, and that one looked like it could have hurt the fingers a little bit. Trying to pop that one into the air. That serve into the net by Hemmersbach. And it's 16-10. Dropping back to Zanderson to serve. 10 serving 16. The Falcons down by 6 and down 2-0. Eagles trying to finish things off here. There's a block at the net by Hyatt. That ball just kind of lazily went up. Is that a word? It was a lazy hit. Maybe that's the better thing to say. But Hyatt made short work of that one. Here's Kirking now to Taylor. Gonzalez setting the ball up. That's Berg. He'll come cross court here. Peters with the shot. Taylor is there. Gonzalez. Here's Brando with the hit to the back row. Hemmersbach with the save. Trying to keep the Falcons off balance, but now it's back to the Eagles, and Kramer hits that one up into the air, and it floats out of bounds in the back row. Cora Brandel to serve. Danica Lee comes in. And Brandel's serve goes out of bounds. Brigham serves that one into the net. Substitution coming in. It's going to be Powell for Kaiser, 2 freshmen. Mullenkamp, sophomore, coming in for Gonzalez in the front row. Powell ready to serve. A high serve, dropping back, gets an ace. Right on that back line. She had the width of the ball to spare. There's the play back over to the Eagles. Brigham sets it up. Braylee Hyatt with the hit. Lee with the touch on the partial block. Good save on the return. Got the ball back over. That was Brigham. Cross-court hit. That'll score the point for Mullenkamp. Maggie Mullenkamp coming up strong on that cross-court hit. And it's 14-18. Making a little bit of a comeback here. Powell with the serve. Just got enough on that one. Hyatt puts the ball in the backcourt. Kramer, check that, excuse me, that was Hemmersbach actually. And now Mullenkamp puts the ball into the net. Oh, they had a little shot there. Just couldn't get the ball over the net. 19-14, here comes Hyatt. Adeline with the serve. That was Brandel. Lee is called for the 2-hit violation. Hyatt again. A little softer jump serve than we've seen. And taking a little bit off, created a little bit of a problem there for the Falcons. And the ball kicked off, went towards the wall. Well, here's the final timeout for head coach Don Waddell in a 21-14 lead for Cashton. 21-14, here is the serve off from the timeout. That serve back to Jacera Taylor, and it got off her arm, headed towards the bleachers. (22-14). Hyatt trying to finish things off here for Cashton. Serve coming down, just got it over the net. Oh, came right back at Braylee Hyatt, and she pushed the ball over to that far side. Brookwood was able to get a hand on it, and that was about it. Hyatt and the Eagles a couple of points away from getting a sweep here today. There's a shot right back. The block kill. Mullenkamp trying to get the ball over, and Braylee Hyatt put that one down. Here's game point. Substitution, okay. Gonzalez coming in for Mullenkamp. Hyatt gets the whistle, and here we go. To Taylor. 2 seniors on the floor here for Brookwood. Here comes Braylee. Nice shot. Anderson with the dig. Lee kicks the ball back over here. Brigham sets up for Hyatt. No, not that time around. Into the net it goes. Kristen Berg now with the work cut out for her, as they cannot have any mistakes from Brookwood or this game, and then the match will be complete. Back row to Kirking, nice pass. Setting the ball up. Good shot. Trying to save it. Over the net it goes. Back row, Hyatt. Brigham sets up once again for Kirking. Good dig in there by Taylor. Powell pushing the ball back. Nobody there as Beyer put the ball into the air, but nobody nearby for Cashton to get to it. 16-24. Serve to the back row. Look out, that one put down in a hurry. Anderson and Lee were there to capitalize on that one. Berg with the serve to Kirking. Brigham sets it up. Beyer on the hit. Here's Anderson. Good shot off the hand of Carolyn Kirking. You can't blame her for going after that one. That was a hard shot. It was right there, right now. That one comes back to Kirking. Nice pass again. Here comes Beyer. There it is. Lee went up for the stop and couldn't control it. And it winds up 25-18 here in game number 3. Well, let's see if we can take a quick look here at 25-18. Let's take a look at the scores here.
Cashton, as they will be advancing to the 4 o'clock game this afternoon. At this time, we need to clean the gym.
So it winds up 25-4, 25-13, 25-18. Games kept getting closer and closer, but just not enough time for that young squad of Brookwood, and the Cashton Eagles showed their strength once again here, coming away with a 3-game sweep over the Brookwood Falcons. Well, we certainly hope that you've enjoyed watching this Western Wisconsin video production, LLC, of Cashton and Brookwood regional volleyball action. Stay tuned for more, as coming up a little bit later here today, we will have the championship match. It's the number 1 seed Bangor Cardinals, and they will take on the Cashton Eagles, the number 2 seed. Until then, this is Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, LLC, saying thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you real soon right back here on the court.